We're here with Willamette University after the championship game of the NCAAA Division III Spokane Regional. Here with a player and a coach. Please introduce yourself.
Perry Van Eckhardt, senior.
Aaron Swick, coach.
Coach, let's let you start us off. I know you had two games today, so there's a lot of positives in both, and I know it didn't end the way you wanted to, but let's let you talk about either game, both games, however you feel like right now.
Sure, yeah, I think we came into today real confident. We've been in this position before, we talked about that yesterday, and so we scored early and scored often, and Brendan Mathusi gave us some good innings, and Brandon Miller was awesome out of the bullpen, just like he has been all season. And we just tried to keep it rolling, of course, and scored early in the second game. But they did a little bit more to beat us, and so I give them a lot of credit. They have a good ball club, and they executed and took advantage of every opportunity that they had. And I'm just extremely proud of my players and my team. Left it all on the field, and they're working their tails off all season. And even though we're in a bad feeling now, certainly excited about all the things that we did over the course of the year.
Yeah, I mean, Perry and Coach, you guys, like you said, you were in the same position going into the conference tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Had to win, you did, and this time didn't work out the same. Perry, you put yourself in this, had that home run that just came, I don't want to say from out of nowhere, because you clearly can hit them, but wow, what were you, how did that bat, you went in knowing your team was down after having had the lead, and there it was. You just tomahawked that thing out of here.
Yeah, I took the first pitch. I swung pretty hard. I was a little amped up. I think the pitcher was a little amped up too, and so managed to settle back in. Managed to work kind of out of no 2 count, kind of battle a little bit, and then he made a mistake in. I just got the hands to it, and I just kind of watched it go down the line, and I was praying it would stay fair, and luckily it did. So it was a good feeling, good kind of to show how hard this team fights for everything. And it was kind of an example of what we do as a team, and unfortunately they came out on top.
Well, I think across the whole day and across the whole series, stolen bases, you seem to generate a lot of energy for the team. You lead off batter, you get on, you move a base, the next thing you know, Willamette's ahead. And that goes a lot to what you're doing as a player, I think.
I think that's something Coach Swick really emphasizes is kind of knowing your role and being comfortable in that role, but also being adjustable with it. And I know that there's a lot of things I can do that can really create a lot of energy for this team, as you mentioned. And I think that I really did my best to kind of do the things I needed to do, and just really wanted to help the team win. That's all I try to go out and do.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's not the first time he's had key hits like that. He had 2 and 1 last year, game-winning RBI. So he's been in that position before, and so I think the testament of a good ball club is having guys that many different players that can contribute and have at-bats like that. And so even though we gave up the lead, I think the team felt really confident going into the top of the ninth. That we had 1, 2, and 3 up, an opportunity to tie it or take the lead, and just goes to show the resiliency of the team that we have and the fight inside the players and inside the dugout. And once again, I couldn't be more proud of them as a group.
Coach, I think Steindorf did a great job. 2 hits through 6 innings in this game. I think Brandon Natuzzi did a great job of starting you off and keeping you in that game in game 1. Want to talk a little bit about the pitching for your series here today?
Yeah, I think each of those guys, all 3 guys today, or 4 guys, threw strikes and had good tempo and pitched out of jams and executed pitches when we needed to. What Matt did today was just above and beyond what he did 3 weeks ago in the conference tournament. Those 100 pitches on Thursday, threw 119 pitches today. Kept us in the ball game. He's a gamer, a bulldog, and I think he's one of the best pitchers in the country. He shut them down for 6 innings, and they've been pretty successful. So couldn't be. Obviously things didn't go well in terms of the results, but he just proved what it takes to be in that position, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
That's great.
Coach, I want to talk a little bit about your pitching staff as a whole. We often forget that your team has only 1 senior pitcher and a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and we got to see a good number of your pitchers show what they could do this weekend.
Yeah, we just preached just be ready for your opportunities, and we work really hard in practice on things that are going to happen in the game, and we try to make practices really challenging so the games feel easier or less stressful. And even Liam, the guy that came in there in the last at bat, he did a ton of big outs for us in crucial spots. So you know, it's nice only losing one guy, knowing that we've had some success and guys coming back. In order to get to the next level, we just got to continue to get better. So.
Maybe talk a bit, Perry, from the first game today, in which in your first at bat, you got hit by a pitch, stole 2 bases, and scored on a wild pitch. That was a pretty quick trip around the bases, even though it was several different plays.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of goes back to knowing the role. We, as a team, we really like to take advantage of any opportunity the other team gives us, and I think we showed that a lot this weekend. And Coach Swick does a great job at kind of reading the game and understanding the different calls that need to be made, and I do my best to kind of execute when we need to. And I think that really set the tone for that first game. I think it really helped us kind of get off to a fast start.
And Coach, would you talk a little bit about your guys that maybe haven't played in particular roles as much the whole year, but Natuzzi, you know, starting again as he did in the conference tournament, but only 2 starts the whole year. You had Aaron Fong come in and give you some really good innings today on defense, and also as the DH. You might talk a little bit about the various players that have kind of filled in and kept things going this year.
Yeah, I mean, those 2 guys specifically, you know, just try and do everything we can to be prepared and you know, give them a lot of credit for having success in those opportunities, especially Fong. I mean, last year he played in the conference tournament and was really successful. And then today, same thing. I mean, it was probably the first time he's ever started at DH, and it was a key part of igniting some of that offense. So, you know, I love those guys, and in particular, I want to make sure that I mention how important the senior class has been to our program. And with this morning's win, we tied the record for wins in a season in our program history, and none of that is possible without the 8 guys that are seniors. They're culture builders. We'll leave a legacy here of just being outstanding young men, and you know, made a huge impact in our program, and have set the bar at a different level moving forward. So I couldn't thank those 8 guys enough. Definitely going to miss them.
And could you comment for us a bit about the season as a whole? When you get to the end of the year in a regional championship like this and you lose in an extra inning, it may be the hardest, most difficult loss to take, but it also means you did a lot of things right to get there.
Yeah, of course we're excited. We were excited about the opportunity to play for a regional championship. You know, the hope is that the returning players will use some of that feeling of watching the other team dogpile and celebrate in order to continue to raise the bar for their efforts in the off season. That was kind of what we did last year. Our goal was to play in 2017. Our goal was to play in the last game of the conference tournament. We did that. And this year our goal is to play in the NCAA regionals. We did it. So we're just going to continue to raise the expectations of our program. And we definitely have the talent and the efforts to keep moving it up in the bar.
Perry, just give us kind of your final thoughts on this weekend, and also your career at Willamette along with the other seniors, since you're one of them. You can speak on their behalf.
It's, you know, it's tough. It's the last game of my career, so it's it definitely stings a little bit. But you know, all the things that we've done as a group, starting off from freshman year, and kind of the team, and the culture change that like the other group of guys and I have been able to kind of create. Just it makes walking off the field the last time a little bit easier, knowing all of the great things we did. It hurts a little bit, but we've done so much. We've done so many great things. I couldn't be more proud of the other 7 guys, other 7 seniors, and all the other players on the team. And you know, I love them all. And it stings a little bit, but I'm so proud of everything we've done. And this has just been an absolute amazing experience. And you know, you'd like to walk out on top, but sometimes it just doesn't happen.
We'll give you one final chance, Coach, to talk a bit about the coaching staff before we let you go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it takes an army or it takes a village to whatever the cliche is, you know. But you know, they're great. They're great. I mean, they're fantastic. They come every day. They're basically volunteers. But the efforts that, you know, Coach Nance and Coach Stannis did over the last few weeks to get us prepared for the teams we're going to play, it was remarkable. And you know, they're a big part of the things that we've had in terms of our success. So grateful for their efforts, and lucky to have them in our program.
Man, thank you very much. Congratulations again. Thank you.